Shut up and sit down.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That's Nice Who Cares. I'm Chris.
I'm Amanda.
How you doing, honey?
Doing good. So tonight we're going to be talking about, watch out, the coronavirus.
Might as well, because every other podcaster, YouTuber, and everyone is talking about that.
That's the hot thing right now.
Yeah, you might say. So, lots of stuff has happened in the last couple of weeks or so. I don't have to go into the office at my regular 9 to 5. In fact, most people don't have to go into their office on a regular 9 to 5.
What's really sad is the poor people who work in, I guess, retail and restaurants and things like that.
I'm opening a can of my teeth.
Here, you can't afford a dental bill. Here, they might be closed.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so the restaurants are closing, bars are closing. These poor people, how are they going to freaking support themselves?
Well, I understand the concern because this thing is spreading so rapidly fast. It's going all over the place. Was it about a week or two ago? There were 6 deaths in the United States. Now there's 60. So I understand there's a concern. However, I don't recall this kind of panic.
Pandemic or panic?
Pandemic is a disease. I got a pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So panic. Yeah.
Panic.
Sorry.
Panic. I don't recall this level of panic during the swine flu, which killed 12,000 Americans or so. And I'll look up that numbers in a second. So, I mean, they're shutting down restaurants. They're shutting down businesses. They're shutting down school systems. They're shutting down a lot, and it's a little concerning that they're going this far this fast, and the stock market has gone way up and way down, and it's ridiculous to the point where I think after 15 minutes today they halted trading because it fell like so low that they stopped trading for precautionary measures. I guess I'm not a Wall Street guy, so I wouldn't really know all the details of it, but
weird.
They halted trading, and so essentially all the increase that was during the Trump administration is almost pretty much gone. So it's almost as low as it was when Obama left office. It's still higher than it ever was under Obama, granted, but it's not much higher.
That's because people are freaking out.
They're freaking out. Well, because China, their market is almost destroyed. Okay, they are being slammed with the coronavirus, and so much of our economy is built up into China's that people who can afford to invest in the stock market freaked out, sold all their stocks, and I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's not really nice to say, but I think my prediction is what's going to happen is this is eventually going to pass. People are going to get better. A lot of people are not even going to get sick. It's going to go away. People are going to go back to their regular lives. The stock market is going to go through the roof, and we're going to move on from it. This happens every few years. Some really horrible disease or really horrible event is going to bring the world to its knees, and it doesn't happen. People are freaking out. People are hoarding toilet paper. Like, why the fuck do you need a year's worth of toilet paper for an illness that lasts roughly 2 weeks, and it doesn't even affect your bowel movements?
But you know what's funny? They're buying sanitizer, and people are saying they have to wash your hands. No one's buying soap. They're all buying sanitizer, which is stupid. Think about that. Just think
Mm-hmm.
about that.
Interesting.
Wash your hands, right?
Yeah, wash your nasty hands like you're fucking supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really interesting that people are now performing basic hygiene principles that they should have from the beginning, that they're now all of a sudden washing their hands, doing what they need to do, being responsible people. You know, it took several thousand people dying for them to say, oh, when I go take a shit, I need to wipe my ass and then need to wash my hands. You think?
You know what? The SARS started. Remember the SARS from China, and
Vaguely.
then the swine flu. Remember that?
I don't know where swine flu came up. I'm going to look that up in a second.
China.
Let me double check.
Everything's coming from China, even our freaking medication. Did you know that? A lot of our medication comes from China.
Yeah, a lot of the toilet paper is made in China too. I thought that was interesting. Oh, the Heine flu. Yeah, I remember the Heine flu.
The Heine flu.
H1N1. Heine flu.
I thought they came from China.
Swine influenza.
Pigs.
I'll pull it up. Swine influenza caused by any one of the several types of swine influenzas virus. So swine flu. Swine is pig. Initially seen in Mexico, not China.
Oh, my bad. Sorry,
Mexico
China.
in 2009.
My bad, Mexico.
Swine influenza common throughout pig populations worldwide. Yeah, remember that? And everyone was like freaking out.
I remember that.
Humans. Direct transmission of swine flu virus from pigs to humans occasionally possible. And all 50 cases are known to have occurred since the first report of medical literature in 1958.
Alright, so my bad, China. Not China, but SARS came from China. Remember the outbreak? I was watching, I've been pulling up so many YouTube videos on this place. How do you pronounce it? It's W-U-H...
Wuhan.
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 Oh my God! Remember that video I showed you of the market?
That was
so
disgusting.
nasty.
Yeah, they have very different basic hygiene principles and food sanitation requirements that we do in the United States. Which, I mean, look at this. Okay, 1918, 1976, 1988, 2007 Philippine outbreak, 2009 pandemic.
The flu.
The Northern Ireland outbreak, 2015, 2007. Nepal, 2016, 2017. These are all pandemics and outbreaks for the swine flu, various swine flus.
H1N1.
H1N1 virus pandemic history.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Maybe this one. That's probably what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it may be.
Where did it come from?
Same place, honey. Instance of swine flu. I'm trying to look and see because there was substantial death rate. I'll look that up.
Yeah, so I'll talk about that video. So that video was so nasty. So this was a little bit before the whole shutdown of the market. But long story short, you know, you got someone roll up in there with a camera, and you got cats, you got fucking dogs, you got raccoons, you got snake, you got tiger, you have deer. Oh my God, you have animals I've probably never even seen in my life. They have. I don't see it in the video, but I did read that they actually eat turtles. I don't know how, but I guess they get them out the shell. Various assortments of seafood. So you have. It's a very moist environment, and it's disgusting. And they have cages stacked upon cages. So animal feces are drawn to the other animal, and so on and so forth. It is absolutely disgusting. One guy was chopping up a snake on the same. It's like just like a board, just like wood, a snake, and then he was chopping up, was it a cat or something right next to it? That's disgusting. And you would think, as smart, supposedly China is supposed to be with all this fucking technology, we get so much shit from them, you would think they have a little bit more common sense and be a little bit fucking sanitary. What did you find?
Okay, according to WebMD's website, not a paid sponsor, the swine flu caused an estimated 12,000 related deaths in the United States between 2009 and 2010. So that was the swine flu.
That's a lot.
In the United States, death rate as of today.
This is for the
coronavirus, 85.
And it's been going on since December.
85 deaths, 73 recovered, cases 4,567. So more people died from the swine flu in the United States than have been infected in the United States by coronavirus. Math. I'm not, but okay. Rest assured, I am not saying that this is not a serious problem. It is a serious world problem. It is a concern that we do need to have because there's a very large population in the United States that is very susceptible and there are great risks to it. I mean, my grandmother, she's 85 years old. If she gets the coronavirus, knock on wood, God forbid, it's going to affect her in worse ways than it would affect you or me.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's not a problem. I'm not saying that it should be something we need to worry about or look after.
People shouldn't be panicking like the world's
No, people shouldn't be panicking and pillaging toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Stupid.
And the stock market should not plummet the way it has. I don't recall the stock market dropping the way it did for the swine flu or anything else. It may have done some craziness during Y2K because they thought the computers would stop working.
I remember that vaguely, but...
Yeah, nothing happened. I was at a bar. I was at a restaurant with my family, and when 12 o'clock hit, nothing happened. I think one of the servers at the restaurant flickered the lights real quick. This is a joke.
Oh, that's messed up.
Well, I thought it was funny. But nothing happened. Nothing happened. Life went on. No big deal. Wasn't crazy. Illnesses come and go. We move on. We move forward. It is what it is.
But how the hell they have a testing kit for this shit? And it just started spreading. I'm a little curious about that.
Well,
I think there's a little bit of freaking conspiracy shit going on.
It could be. There are conspiracies.
I have a conspiracy.
There is one conspiracy. Well, I wouldn't say conspiracy. There's one theory.
Okay, what's that?
That the coronavirus initially was a designed biological weapon that somehow got released to the public. And it spread like wildfire. Whether or not that case holds any water, you be the judge. I'm not one of those types of people. So whatever. I mean, that's a theory that it's a biological weapon that got somehow released into the public, and it got carried away. They couldn't contain it, and then it spread all over the world.
Here's my theory: this whole trade deal with China. I'm just gonna say it.
What?
I'm going to say that they're freaking trying to do something to us. Just to be assholes or something.
What, you think trying to destroy our market?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I really do.
That's another theory.
That's my other theory.
That is another theory.
The timing is so perfect.
It is interesting that it is an election year and the economy is a primary reason why people vote or don't vote for a specific candidate. And the Democrats know that because the economy was doing so well, they're going to have a very, very hard time beating President Trump in November. So some theories would be, hey, let's destroy the economy by any means necessary to remove him from office by votes.
Yeah.
Because their whole impeachment thing didn't work, all their accusations didn't work, all their Mueller report and the Russia collusion BS didn't work. So there's another theory.
I shouldn't have said
There's
her
another
name.
theory.
Oh my
Hillary
God,
Clinton is behind it. And now that you said that, if you see our bodies on the news, we love you.
Now you know it's Hillary. Just saying.
It's not Hillary.
No, but I do think that China is just fucking pissed off. I really do believe, because there are some smart little fuckers. There are some very unsanitary little fuckers, but they're smart. And I wouldn't doubt that they did this just out of spite.
I don't think that China would infect, 80,000 people. 80,000 people in order to remove President Trump.
I didn't say, I meant to just hurt the economy.
3,000 deaths, 67,000 recovers. So
how many? 67 worldwide?
No, in China alone. 67,000 people have recovered from coronavirus in China. 2,700 and change from Italy, and Italy's getting, that's all over the news. Over 2,000 people in Italy have died. I mean,
they're getting hit really bad. I heard that South Korea has tested like so many people a day, and they're wondering why the U.S. can't do it or something. I forget how many people they're testing.
I don't know what they're testing, but according to South Korea, they have 8,000 cases, 75 deaths and 1,100 or so recovers. So
That's a lot.
there's that. Yeah, I mean, it's online. You can look it up, and these are all estimated numbers, I'm sure.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, well, which is not the 100% reputable, but this is the most convenient one that we have. So take it with a grain of salt, people. I mean, I'm gonna go all the way down. So yeah, there's. Oh my goodness, one person in Nepal, and he recovered. He or she recovered. Vatican City, one case. They still have it, I guess, because they haven't been confirmed death or recovery. So there you go. So it's all over the world.
What's the one above Vatican City?
Togo.
Togo?
I think that's Africa.
Weird.
I mean, whatever.
I don't know.
So,
but I think that honestly, these poor people who can't have to pay their bills and they don't have child care right now. It's
more
really terrible.
so, and not the death rate. And the topic for today isn't necessarily the coronavirus itself, and the death rate and the recovery rate and the worldwide spread of the disease and where it came from. That's not really the topic for tonight's show.
Yeah.
What the topic for tonight's show is the massive impact in the United States that this disease is having on our lives. And now I'm not talking about the people who are sick or the people who are recovered. I'm talking about the people who are not infected or not around people who are infected. They systematically stopped mass in our area.
Yeah.
Like they don't have public mass anymore. They don't. Our schools are shut down. Restaurants are shut down. Daycares, gyms shut down. And what about the people who live paycheck to paycheck, who work in these industries? We have friends who are servers in restaurants, and they get paid on tips. They pay their mortgages and their car bills and their light bills on the tips that they get from people who go to these restaurants.
It's gonna be bad. I think when the economy shoots up, it's gonna be a while. Because think about that.
It's gonna be a little while, but
Yeah.
people are still gonna be a little scared. How are they gonna pay their bills? They shut down the entire sports industry. You and I had tickets to go to a game coming up. That game was postponed. The people who serve the nachos and the hot dogs and the beer, they're essentially minimum wage workers.
They don't have jobs.
They basically do not have money unless they do it part time or whatever. They may have other sources of income. I don't know, but how are they going to get paid? How are the people who work in, dishwashers in restaurants? How are they going to get paid? The cooks, people who work at gas stations. People are closing gas stations.
Wow, Mitt Romney said something about we should give Americans $1,000 a month right now.
From where?
I don't know.
Where are we going to get that money?
I don't know. I mean, I do believe though that we need to.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a check, but where are we going to get the money from?
I don't know. I just saw that. I saw that earlier. I didn't get it finished. But like I was saying, before I was interrupted. Thank you, Mister.
You're lucky you're hot. Go ahead.
How are these people? Think about this. How they gonna pay their damn bills? And just think about this. Are these people, like, let's say power companies and cell phone companies and all TV people, are they gonna freaking, I know, hold on, Verizon said something about they were gonna waive late fees, but hold on, that's a late fee. So what if that person can't pay their, let's say they had the bundle package, okay, and that's like $150 a month or something, right? How the hell are they gonna pay that? So they're gonna waive a late fee, but they still have to pay it the prior month, so they're gonna be doing catch up for fucking forever.
Well,
we gotta do fucking catch up forever. We were used to be shit ass poor.
We used to be very, very poor.
Very.
Like, dirt poor. We're talking, people, you want to know how much money we had? We basically ate ramen noodles and half of it was leftovers. And that's not an exaggeration. We actually split the ramen noodle packets in half so we had enough food for later in the day. That's how poor my wife and I were when we first got married. It was bad. Thank goodness when we got married, the food that we had, that lasted the first nearly 2 weeks of our marriage, because that's what we had to eat.
And then we used the gift cards we got for groceries.
Yeah, we used our wedding gifts for gift cards and stuff. We used those for groceries.
Yep.
Afterwards, instead of buying the real fancy things like wine glasses or rugs
We had
or whatever.
time for that.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. But you know what? We made it through. We're doing okay now. We're able to pay our bills. We live in a decent house. We're blessed.
Yes.
We are lucky. We persevered through. We're here. We're surviving.
But for people who are like that how we used to be, and they live paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm just concerned. Like, I think people are like flipping their lid too quickly with this.
I think they are too.
I really do.
I think they are
really
too.
do.
And
It's gonna bite them in the ass.
there's not much people can do about it because, I mean, when I called the bank today, and their wait times are going to be a lot longer because half the staff was sent home for safety. So at a call center for a bank, they don't have the entire staff because they're working, I guess, various shifts, or like they're like an alternate schedule so they can, protect the rest of their employees. That's a big deal. There are places that don't necessarily have any coronavirus cases. They're shutting down. They're not going to school. Public transportation is shut down.
Yeah.
It's a domino effect, and it's really going to affect a lot of
People
people.
are gonna fucking go stir crazy. They're gonna start freaking robbing places. I'm telling you, it's gonna get ugly.
It's possible.
It's gonna fucking
It
get
is
ugly.
possible.
People are gonna go nuts.
It is possible, and I don't think it's necessarily fair to blame everything on the current administration. I don't even necessarily think it's fair to blame
It's the governors.
all the blame on to Congress, Democrats or Republicans, because it's not necessarily their fault. Okay, they didn't create the virus. They didn't expose it to the entire population. Hey, 1 second, go away.
Hold on, buddy.
Our kids are here. They're up. If you saw a previous episode, you can see how wonderful it is to have kids and do a podcast at the same time.
But hold on, I think think about all the governors they are declaring this, right?
Yes.
Yes, Trump did declare a state of emergency.
A national state of emergency.
That way he can have the funds to
Right.
use for resources. That I understand.
That declaration
But,
was the reason how they got those funds.
Governor Ralph Northam is like totally doing like a lockdown. I was reading that earlier. He wants to do like lockdown craps.
Yeah.
And then New Jersey or New York wanted to have it was basically everything's closed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what is it? Governor Cuomo in New York. He wanted to do that. I have my niece in Fairfax County, Virginia. They're out of school until April 10th. I mean, think about that. She's in high school. And she's supposed to be getting ready for finals this year. I believe she's a junior in high school, sophomore or a junior. Supposed to be studying for finals April 10th. No school.
I read that Ohio's governor, I guess it's the governor, said something about how he wants to keep the schools closed until the end of the semester. Or I don't know what you call it, but basically.
End of the year?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what if somebody was really counting on their maybe borderline whatever, and they decided to get their act together? Are they just basically going to fail? Or are they going to let these kids do telecommute for school? Which is what a lot of people are doing. They're doing online training or online education for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting their lesson plans online. The students are doing it, but what if that student needs extra help? What if that student doesn't understand?
Yeah.
And a lot of these new things that are going on in school, like this Common Core math bullshit, I mean, yeah, maybe not everyone does it, but quite frankly, I don't understand a word of it. And I'm a fairly smart individual. Okay, I actually enjoyed math when I was a kid.
Good for you.
I saw this Common Core shit, and I'm like, no. And I went straight up to my kid's teacher. You're not doing that, are you? They're like, no, we're not doing it here. They're like, good, because I don't understand this shit.
And some of the stuff they do is weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what? Thank God I actually graduated high school. Let's get my teeth, whatever. That's it. Moving.
Yes. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, blah blah blah. We can go on all night like this.
Yeah.
We just need more alcohol.
I think at the end of the day, people are just overdoing it with everything. Like being cautious or whatever is great. That's totally fine, but they're flipping their lid. Like I was telling you earlier, if I had my own company, and right now the elderly is, can be compromised. people with the weak immune systems who have cancers or whatever could be compromised with the virus. If I had my own company, I'd be like, yo, I'm keeping this bitch open. Sign a waiver if you want to come up in here and you're this age or you have this disease and you want to still come work because you need money. Yeah, you can come to work, but you need to protect yourself first of all, or maybe put you in the back. I don't know. But my thing is, no, people are just totally flipping their lid. I would give people the option because these people are gonna freaking playing catch up forever, and it's not fair. I mean, yes, it's for the safety, but how far are people actually going for the safety? They're actually going beyond. I think they're going nuts. It's insane.
I believe they are too. I believe that people are going a little crazy when it comes to preparation. You don't need a year's worth of toilet paper to get through this. What you could use is, I get some toilet paper, I get some disinfectant wipes and all that stuff, but what you really need is food, milk, water, whatever, and or remote control. Sit on your couch, stay away from people, don't talk to people. For 2 weeks, just get better. Okay, soup, lots of fluids, juice, and relax. Okay, that's what people need, and people need to stop panicking like this is the end of the world. It's not. It really is not. And there are other people who really need to get punched in the throat for trying to profit off of others' misfortune. Like, who's that fucker that hoarded 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer and then try to charge people $15 for it?
That's terrible.
He needs to get kicked in the dick. Like,
he's being prosecuted for all that.
Okay, well, his punishment should be getting kicked in the dick. Like,
maybe his punishment should be, well, I was going to say no toilet paper, but he wasn't selling.
No, well, people like that are ridiculous.
People like that are greedy.
It's horrible.
Taking advantage.
It's horrible because other people, they really are scared. I mean, we have relatives that have essentially locked themselves in the house and they're staying away from other family members that they're used to seeing every day. So they don't get infected or they don't infect anyone else. So they're basically they have to lock themselves away for 2 weeks, which is scary. They don't do that. Other people, well, I mean, you and I, we really didn't care. We went out to eat tonight and whatever. I mean,
you wanted Chinese food, which I thought was kind of fucked up.
I was hungry for Chinese. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, look at your shirt. Look at your shirt. First of all, look at the camera. Make sure you're looking at the camera.
Okay, this is not a paid endorsement. All right, I happen to have this shirt. Whatever. Okay, if the Corona Beer Company has a problem with me wearing this shirt during this episode, fine, I'll take it down. Whatever, but I hope you don't.
I love Coronas.
Yeah,
and they're
getting
backlash, which is terrible.
Yeah, which is terrible. They had nothing to do with it. And who's to know why the name coronavirus came about?
Can I tell you? I know.
Okay.
Crown. Corona means crown. Crown of your head.
So they named it the virus crown? Crown of the virus? What?
Something. Corona, if I'm not mistaken, means crown. I think in China. And basically, I guess it all starts. I don't know. That's what I read online.
Okay. Well, I guess it can make sense, but Corona beer and coronavirus have nothing to do with each other, and it's really unfair that Corona beer, as delicious as it is getting the backlash that it is because there's nothing to do with it.
I know.
Okay? So, crack open a cold one, sit on your couch for 2 weeks, and have a nice day.
Well, we did. We don't have Coronas.
No, we don't.
Because we're waiting to get paid.
Yeah.
And this is the 100-calorie Vista Bay from Aldi's. These are pretty good.
These are pretty good. Not a paid endorsement. So, but they are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. It still boggles my mind that this is all going on because I really wasn't expecting any of this crap to be as bad as it was. I figured, okay, a few people would get sick, move on, whatever. Yeah. Nothing to see here. Why am I tired? And that's it. I was expecting the stock market to be well over 30,000 by now. Getting ready to, for the debates coming up against Trump versus whoever the candidate might be, whether it be Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden, which they had a debate last night, which we didn't watch.
Didn't they have?
Yeah, well, we can talk about that in another episode, but yeah, they argued like old men apparently.
Didn't they say what they would do or something in this?
They always do. Bernie Sanders, he wants Medicare for all and a socialist healthcare system, but he was essentially asked, okay, well, how is that working for the current socialist countries that are having a disastrous problem with coronavirus?
That was asked.
Yeah, and he didn't have an answer. He just kept saying how horrible it is that people in this country can't afford health care and this and that, and Medicare for all will solve all their problems. He didn't answer the actual fucking question.
Because he knew he wrong.
Well, politicians rarely answer the question that they're asked. They spin the question to provide a talking point for their policies or their intentions to do whatever they want to do when they get elected, even though none of them are going to fulfill all those promises because, hey, Congress.
Trump did that.
Most of them
I'm
were.
just saying.
Yeah, well.
A
So,
whole lot of them.
people calm down. It'll be okay. Alright? My heart goes out to those who are sick. My heart really goes out to those who have lost their lives, for the loved ones who lost people. I truly do feel for you, okay? Life, we will move on, okay? I was going to say life goes on, but it's not really a nice thing to say after I talked about someone dying.
Yeah.
Forgive me for that. We will get through this. Not just as a country, as a community, as a world, it'll move forward.
Yeah.
We will be okay. Then we'll just kind of wait for the next crisis, and then the next crisis, and then the next crisis, and so on and so on and so on. There's always going to be something, okay? There's always going to be that thing. And don't listen to the media. Medical experts, other professionals, other world leaders have come out and said, stop watching the news. They are trying to incite a panic for a specific reason.
Yes.
CNN and MSNBC and all these other major affiliates are trying to scare the living fuck out of you because they want to incite a panic. They want you to be freaked out because they believe in the end it will benefit them politically.
Which is sad, isn't that terrible?
That's really what it is.
But every time I've turned on even the local news, all it's about is the corona. I'm like, damn, okay, what about, traffic? What about this? What about that? You okay?
You hit me.
Where at, honey? On your lip?
You'll be okay.
Go put a napkin on it. Tell him I said to don't do that.
Two boys fighting. It is what it is. So.
Okay.
Well, okay.
William,
Mommy and Daddy.
Is it bleeding?
No,
No,
honey,
you're
but
fine.
go get a rag on it.
You're fine.
Go get
You're
a rag
fine.
with a little bit of water. Gabe, don't hit him. Don't hit him there. He's gonna lose his teeth.
Sorry, guys.
He hit his. Gabe went like this on the bus.
Uh-huh.
And remember, William thought he messed up his 2 teeth. We
Uh-huh.
can't afford that right now.
No, we can't.
So he needs to keep
No,
the same
we
teeth.
can't. Our bills are paid, but we can't afford like orthodontics or anything like that. So.
Well, it's not for that reason. But we just want to reassure that we're not trying to say, oh my God, the coronavirus is not that serious. No, we're not saying that. But I think people were just going a little bit too nuts over it.
Take your precaution.
Oh, that's all. That's common sense.
Yeah, just take your precautions.
Common sense.
Wash your fucking hands.
Don't touch your nose. Don't touch your
Okay,
eyes.
don't be
your
chasing
mouth.
people with boogers and shit, Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze with your elbow or a tissue. Okay, don't be like blowing snot in your hands and then touching everything. And don't be foolish. Don't be like that fucker on the Utah Jazz who was joking about the coronavirus touching everyone's microphone and goes, what? He has a coronavirus.
Really?
Yes, that seriously happened. He was like, corona, started touching all the microphones and all the, all the news reporters and all the sports guys were like, ha, that's funny. Guess what?
Yeah.
He tested positive. He was the first one in the NBA to test positive for
What
coronavirus.
an idiot.
Yeah. And then everyone else was like, oh, that's not good. And then the NBA shut down their season. And then the NHL shut down their season. And then the Major League Baseball shut down spring training. And then the XFL shut down their season. Come on, people. For real. What am I going to do without sports besides my wife? I don't know. I mean, seriously.
I'm not open 24/7. I'm just like.
Well, I know, but ESPN should have been. That's what I'm saying. What?
Anyway, whatever.
It's the truth.
But you know what? I was telling you tonight at dinner, and we did not eat Chinese.
No, we.
So I was
Mexican.
like, you know what? I don't know what's going on right now, but I was afraid about cats too. But I said that you know what? There's gonna be a lot of babies in November and December. Ain't no one got nothing to do but that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I have all these babies.
There's no sports events to watch or go to. The museums are shut down. Public transportation is shut down. People are mandated to telework. What are you gonna do?
Well, they don't have that.
No, well, yeah, they're gonna get in. That's what it is. But you know,
A lot of babies.
Well, you're on birth control, so there better not be no babies.
Hey, I mean, it's only 99.9%. I can't control that 1%.
You know, there's a way around that.
No.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
No.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a guess. Comment down below. Anyway.
Don't comment down below. You nasty. You nasty. That's nasty.
Anyway, okay. Well, this is going to be a bit of a shorter and sweeter episode. We just wanted to send our thoughts and prayers to the people who are affected, and in reality,
Yes.
who are affected by the coronavirus. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you if you lost somebody. God be with you. Our thoughts and prayers are if you have it and you are laid up in the house and you can't speak to anybody or have contact with the people that you care about, get well soon. Those of you who are afraid, do your best to move on with your daily life. Hopefully this is not affecting you too much, and we'll move forward. And those of you fucktards who are trying to manipulate the system and profit off of this, karma's a bitch and you're gonna get kicked in the dick. So that's it. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry it's been a little crazy. It was kind of a spur of the moment idea to have one this evening. So we will leave you with that. Until next time, I'm Chris.
And I'm Amanda.
Peace, love, and business, y'all. Bye.